This is the plaintiff, Aisha Joseph. She says she and the defendant had a fling. She got pregnant, they've since split up, and now he won't pay her back the money he most definitely owes her. On top of that, she found out he had a girlfriend on the side while they were together. She never thought he'd do this to her considering she's carrying his baby. But you live and you learn. She's suing for $1,720, the amount of the loans. This is the defendant, Eric Allaby. He says the plaintiff used the money as a means to get closer to him, but it backfired. She wanted to be more than friends with benefits and thought she could buy his love. And she's now being vindictive and suing him unfairly. He's accused of taking money from his baby's mama.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Aisha Joseph?
Yes.
You are suing Eric Allaby for $1,720 in loans that you say you made to him and he has refused to repay, correct?
Yes.
What's going on? How do you two know each other?
We met in December, and we hooked up, and I got pregnant.
Are you pregnant right now? Is that his baby? Okay. Was he your boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
And basically that was it. Didn't work out, fine. And he asked me to borrow...
Is this your first child?
No.
How many children do you have?
2.
And this will be your third child?
Yes.
Okay.
So he asked me to borrow some money, and I loaned it to him, basically.
Well, how much money did he ask you to borrow from you?
$1,700.
All at once?
No, 3 different times.
Start from the beginning. So the first time he asked to borrow what?
He asked to borrow $200.
For what?
On February the 12th. He called me. He seemed like he really needed to borrow the money. I asked him why he needed to borrow the money. He said he just got into something. He'll pay me back within the next couple of weeks. When he came actually to my aunt's house to meet me to get it, I went to the bank. When I got to the bank, he asked me could I make it 3. He actually tapped on the...
Of course, why not? Okay.
So then I gave him the $300.
Why did you give him the $300? You have 2 kids. How old are your kids?
3 and 1.
3 and 1. And do they have the same father?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And is the father a part of the picture?
Yes.
Okay. So you have 2 kids who you've got to worry about having money for. Why are you giving it to some guy who you just met?
I mean, I know it was not the best decision, but
you think?
Yes, I know, not I think. But at this point, my kids have their father in their life, and the situation was bad enough. I was pregnant. It wasn't something that I wanted to happen that way, but I made a decision to have the baby.
Okay, but you know there's a way to stop that, right?
Yes.
Okay, which it pertains to you too. There's a way for you not to continue to impregnate people. This is not your first baby, right?
No.
In fact, let me quote you because I don't think I can say it better than you did. Hold on. Aisha used the money to get closer to me. I thought we were friends with benefits. She wanted more. It wasn't going to happen because my head wasn't in it. Then she got pregnant. I told her I wasn't ready for something that serious. I wanted her to take care of it. I have a 3-year-old. I'm going through that crap already. What crap?
Well,
Child support?
Yeah.
Put a condom on. Okay? There's a way how you can stop having babies. Okay?
Understood.
Go ahead.
I did. I wanted him not to be around, like I said, my kids have their father in their lives when we're not together.
So you thought you'd loan him money so that he would be around not 8 months from now?
I loaned him the money because I thought he really needed it. I mean, I've been in situations where
that's fine, but that's not where it ended. So the first is the $300. Then when's the next time you loan him money?
7 days later.
And 7 days later, and needless to say, he hasn't paid the first loan, right?
No.
Okay, so now you loan him money 7 days later. How much do you loan him this time?
$400.
And what did he need $400 for this time?
He said he was having a situation with his godfather, who he lives with. His godfather wanted him basically to leave. They were having problems with the bills and things like that, and he told him that he needed to get his own place.
Okay, so now $300 down. Then there's, how much was the second time?
$400.
$400 down, right? And then what happens? $1,000 you gave him the last time.
Yep.
$1,000.
$1,000.
And he hadn't paid the other $700.
No.
How did you come about giving him the $1,000?
It was the same thing. Now he found an apartment, and he just needed to get things to pay the rest of the money for the apartment.
What evidence did you have that you'd ever see a penny of this money back?
Well,
what evidence did you, had he paid you $10 of the loans that you had made him so far? Anything that would lead you to believe, you had known him how long again? What, 3 months?
Yeah.
Okay. and you're pouring your children's money in his direction because what? Because he's cute?
No.
Seriously, come on. What is the reason then? Because you're lonely?
No.
Because you feel bad because you're pregnant and he's not going to stick her? How did he react when you told him you were pregnant?
He wanted me to have an abortion.
And how did and you said to him, no, I'm going to keep the baby?
Yes.
And then how did he react?
Same thing, and then...
Did you ever go out on a date? Or this is just a hookup?
No, we went out once, nothing
Okay.
much.
Did you ever go out on a date after you were pregnant?
No.
Okay. What's going on?
I don't even know where to start.
Why don't you start with the 300?
I was lending. I wanted to lend the money. I mean, I borrowed the money. She said fine. So she lent it to me. I needed some more money, you know. So she kept on lending the money, borrowing the money. I kept on borrowing, and it came to a point where I was telling her, look, I'm, you know, she had told me I think after the first $700 that that she was pregnant, and I had told her, I said, look, I'm not ready for this again. You know, I've went through this where I found out 17 months down the line that I had a child and I'm being taken to court for child support.
Yeah.
17 months down the line.
Yeah, we call that cause and effect.
Right.
You know, have unprotected sex, create a life, pay for it. Because
You
I
know
don't want to pay
what?
for your kids, I got to pay for mine.
You're right. But
Right.
you know what? From the beginning, I mean, I know I made that mistake, but from the beginning, she knew what
But
it
you
was.
did it again, though, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
and
because
you know what?
Because you don't feel like it? You don't feel like having protected sex?
I don't even, you know, I was
I think we
reckless.
both know what the answer to that is.
I
That's
was-
fine. Now so that's what we call cause and effect.
Right.
If you continue to have irresponsible, you know, casual sex, and it creates a baby, you're the man, and you got no say. So if you don't like it and don't want to pay for it, then you have protected sex, which is also a good idea from a health perspective, okay? But if you don't want to, please don't. How old are you now?
I'll be 25.
And you already got 2 kids. How many more are you going to
One
pollinate
kid.
along the way? Well, no, you have 1 already, and you're going to have this one.
wow.
Yeah, I got news flash for you, Daddy. Yeah. Okay, so maybe now it'll start to occur to you that, you know, that you are a 50% partner and a 0 say in the matter.
So, unprotected sex, friends with benefits, she gets pregnant. Who's more irresponsible, him or her?
Both of them, because he could have worn a condom or she could have been taking birth control.
That's true. Anybody take a stand? Who's more irresponsible, him or her? What do you think?
I think they're both at fault because,
You're exercising your Miranda rights here. What do you think? Him or her, or both?
Both at fault.
Okay, I think that's the answer too. Going inside the courtroom.
We had a little trouble with her kid's father calling me, and different things were
Saying
going
what?
on. Are you sleeping with my kid's mother? Different things.
So he's jealous?
I don't know what it was. Like, you know, I saw that as trouble. I mean, her and I, we sort of agreed at one point that we would go together and get an abortion, things like that. Then she changed her mind, and then it was like a whole chaos. And after the next 1,000,
Okay, that you borrowed?
I borrowed.
Okay.
I had borrowed.
What's your defense?
I was gonna pay, you know, everything off, but then she decided. She sent me a text message stating, "Don't even worry about the money." She said, "I don't even need no court." I have the text message.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
Forget about the money. I don't need a judge to tell you that you need to pay me back. If you do not feel compelled to repay the loan, then blanket. Lesson learned. How does that mean that you don't have to pay the loan? She's complaining because you're not paying it back. You end up, finally, something in that tiny little brain clicked. And you said to yourself, maybe I ought to get this in writing before he starts claiming these were all gifts, right? So what do?
Well, I kept telling him that I wanted him to sign a promissory note. He signs it with this signature that to me, because I wrote it out and I wrote his name underneath, it didn't look like his signature to me.
Okay.
And I'm like...
so do you say something to him?
Yes.
What does he say?
He said, that's my signature. I had a name change. This is how my signature is. You can't tell me that's not my signature. He kept adamantly telling me that this is his signature. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's his signature. So.
And what did you? So tell me about that. She had you
left it
sign
at that.
something. Did
Yeah.
you sign this?
I signed it.
Okay. And so, and what does it say? That you owe the money, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain your answer to the complaint here. This is what you say. Aisha's just doing this out of anger. She blows up my phone. I don't even answer anymore. She came to my house trying to get me to sign something. I jotted something down, but it wasn't my signature per se. What does that mean?
Just it was my signature, but you know, I was just too damn tired. I mean, she's just came early in the morning. I mean,
I came at 10.
Oh,
I
just stop.
It
Just
was like
stop.
9,
Do you really
8
think?
something.
Do you really? You're going to engage on that level, whether it was 10 or 9 or 8?
No.
Are you serious?
No.
Okay. Do you have a defense, my friend? No. Okay. All right. Number 1, you're going to pay back the $1,700. Number 2, you're going to pay the court costs. And number 3, you're going to pay for the next 18 years for your child. Okay? That's how it works. Toma chocolate, paga lo que debe. Order up the hot chocolate, pay the bill for the hot chocolate. There's no just playing without a consequence. Okay?
Let's see what the defendant has to say for himself coming out of the courtroom here. Step over here. What have you learned from all this now?
Use protection.
Well, that's a good start right there. You ready to be a dad again?
I guess I have no other choice, do I?
Okay. All right. All right, head right down there. Okay? Okay. All right, so come on in here. And what are you thinking coming out of the courtroom now? Step in here.
I won. That's nice. That's good.
Yeah, you won.
I needed my money back, and I got it back. So
What about, how'd you get yourself into this situation?
it was a bad situation, but it is what it is. Right?
It was a bad
Decision, but I'm gonna live with it, and I'm gonna be all right.
In what sense? You mean you're gonna, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna be all right. I mean, I take care of my children very well, and this one will be taken care of very well too. So
How many are there altogether?
3 now.
All right, good luck. Over to Harvey.
Okay, short and sweet. Sadly, my guess, they are both going to do it again. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.